Again, Chapter 7. Chapter 7, The Spectacular Now Novel. Chapter 7. Bricktown is the entertaining district in Oklahoma City. It gets in the name from all the brick buildings and even Brick Street. It used to be a warehouse district or something. Now they have bars and restaurants, concert hall and arenas, coffee shops and multiplex and ballpark. You can also take boat rides on the canal that runs between two long rows of buildings like a river at the bottom of a canyon. The boat rides aren't real exciting, but girls think they're romantic. All I have to do is figure out a way to get Ricky and Bethany on a boat together while I steer Tara off somewhere else. I make sure to keep the girls in beer while we drive over and then cruise up and down past the bars and restaurants. At first, Ricky is kind of quiet. He's one of those people that might seem shy at first, but once you get to know him, he's hilarious. He's absolutely kick-ass at doing impressions. Movie stars, teachers, other kids at school. Once I get him started on doing some, the girls eat it up. He does a dead on Denver quietly that get Bethany laughing so hard it looked like her face might fall off. Hey, let's go on the boat rides, I said, like he's just accurate to me. I don't have to say it twice either. The girls are all over it. After finding a parking spot about 1,000,000 miles away from the canal, we hike over, goofing on people and just in general laughing our way down the street. When we get to where the boat rides start, I tell Ricky to buy a couple of tickets, one for him and one for Bethany. But when I step up to the window, I'm like, wait a minute, I left my wallet in the car. The stupid Ricky volunteers to lend me some money, but I'm no dude, you two go ahead. I don't like the idea of my wallet sitting in the car in a dark parking lot. We'll meet back here in 30 minutes. He gives me this suspicious look, but it's too late now. The boat's getting ready to show off. Bethany wants Tara to come along, but I grabbed Tara's arm and said, no, you don't. I'm in a walking all the way back over there by myself. We give them the bon voyage as the boats start off, and then they'll look good together. Even thought she's about 3 inches taller than he is. After they're gone, I volunteered to buy Tara some ice cream. And she's like, I thought you forgot your wallet. And I go, I just remember I have it in my other pocket. She looked at me and grinned. You're evil. I'm not evil, I'm occupied. They make a cute couple, don't you think? Yeah, she says, I do. On the way to get ice cream, we change our mind and decide to go to a bar instead. After trying about 4 places and getting rejected, I figure there's nothing to do but go back to the car, get a couple beers and drink them over at the botanical garden. Is it safe to go there after dark? Tara asked. Hey, I said, you're with me. I load 4 beers into a plastic bag and off to the gardens we go. It's a beautiful out, like light jacket weather. The city lights are shining down on us, and the weight of the beer feels very satisfying, like a promise of a plenty. The only thing about being down here in the evening is you're always likely to run into a panhandler, and of course we do. Tara grabbed my arm and stands a little behind me. But there is nothing scary about this guy. He's got the typical faded ball cap, the thrift store clothes that could stand a good washing, and a face that looks like it's made out of the leather from an old catcher's mitt. I slip him a 5 and he's grateful as all hell, tipping his cap and giving me this look like I'm some kind of young lord or something. After he limps away, Dora says she doesn't think I'm should giving him any money. He's just going to buy liquor with it, she says. Good for him. You might as well have just given him a beer. Are you kidding? We only have 2 appies here. Let him go buy his own. The botanical gardens consist of several walking paths that wind around through a bunch of different kinds of trees, plants, and cross over little streams and ponds. At one end, you have to Crystal Bridge, which isn't just a bridge, but a big cylindrical greenhouse for the more exotic plants. They even have one of those big stinky plants that only bloom like every 3 years or something and smell like a rotting corpse. I'm so sorry. I actually never been a garden after dark. But when you are with a girl, it's always best to act like you are an old hand at everything. Not to impress her, but just to make sure she feels safe. So we're walking alone, drinking beer and talking. And she starts in on the deal with her mom and her stepfather, Kerwin. Kerwin? I said. You mean his name is really Kerwin? She's like, can you believe it? At first the story is pretty funny. Kerwin is a real character. For one thing, he is a big slob, only shaves about twice a week, sits around watching the Food Network in his underwear, peels off his socks and throws them in a general direction of the bedroom, and farts when their friends walk through the room. He has even been known to eat a TV diner while taking a dump. So sorry. I don't know, I said. I think I kind of like him. You wouldn't if you had to live with him. She takes a drink. My stepdad's a fucking robot, yes. Kerwin wasn't bad at first, I guess. I didn't like him then. They got married when I was like 9, so I thought it was fun that he was sloppy. My mother and him and my little sister would lie in the bed and he told us stories and then he go, put your head under the covers. I'm going to spit in there. And when we stick out our heads under the covers, he'd fart. It grossed my mom out, but my sister and I would just giggle like it was the funniest thing in the world. I guess when I was little, I thought he was kind of a great guy. Other than the farting, he made my mom laugh. We were pretty happy. There is a little amphitheater right next to the Crystal Bridge that looks down onto a stage in the middle of the pond. We walk down a few rows and sit there with our beers. So what happened? I ask. One fart too many? She laughed. More than one too many. She paused and looked at the empty stage, but it's really the painkillers. Painkillers? Like what? Vicodin or something? Worse than that. Oxycontin. Oxycontin? Dude, that's hardcore. Tell me about it. At first, he just started out with Loretab. His neck used to kill him after he was in the car wreck. Now he has this sack full of Oxycontin in her dresser like me, and Mom don't know about it. It's not even about pain anymore. I don't know, I said. There's no kind of pain that's just physical pain, you know? I guess. He doesn't have any self-restraint. He eats too much, drink too much, farts too much. He takes too much Oxycontin and goes stumbling around the house, mumbling things you can't understand and try to hug and kiss you. You mean really trying to kiss you, like with the tongue and all? She makes a disgusted face. Yuck, no, it's more like he thinks I'm still 9 and he's trying to kiss me on the cheek and wrestle around with me like we used to do. Maybe he loves you. Please, it's just a mess, can't hold on to a job. Passes out in the bathroom doorway. On my mom's birthday, he got up and tried to cook breakfast for her and almost burned down the house. I'm so sorry. Burned down the house. That was pretty much the last straw. That's a shame. Nothing lasts, she says, and there is a little crack in her voice. You think it's something I can hold on to, but it always slips away. Obviously, she's not as happy about this split up as she was pretending to be. She may not want to admit it, but I can tell she has a soft spot for the old father. That's why I'm never getting married, she said. What's the use? A fat tears squeezed out of the corner of her eyes. I didn't think she's drunk enough to get to the carrying stage, but maybe it doesn't take many when your emotions are a little raw in the first place. I want to comfort her. I want to say, sure, things last. You'll find a great guy, someone who doesn't fart so much, and you get married and it lasts forever. But even I don't believe that fairy tales. So I go, yeah, you're right. Nothing does last, and there is nothing you can hold on to. Not one thing, but that's alright. It's actually good. It's like old people dying. They have to die, so there is room for babies. You wouldn't want a world overflowing with old folks, would you? Think about how clutch up traffic would get. All these ancient shriveled drivers with their enormous dark shades on, cruising around in their 20-year-old four-door Buick. Let's up at about 3 miles an hour, accidentally stepping on the gas instead of the brake and passing through the plate glass window at the pharmacy. She laughs at that, but it's a laugh with a sad crack in it. Really? Sorry. I said, you don't want things to last forever. Look at my parents. If they were still married, my dad, my real dad, would still be trapped in that little 2-bedroom cracker box we lived in. He'd still be sweating awake every day, nailing houses together. Instead, he is like beyond successful. See the chasing building over there, the tallest one? She's not, and take a drink. My dad's office is near the top. See that one lit window up there, right in the middle? Sorry. See that one lit window up there, right in the middle? That's him, burning the old midnight oil. Wow, she says. Do you ever go up there? Sure, I go up there all the time. You can see all the way to Norman from up there. Sorry, maybe we should go right now. No, not now. No, not now. He's too busy. I have to make appointment to see him myself. What does he do? I finance one deal after the other. We both sit and stare at the light on the top floor of the highest building in Oklahoma City. The night's getting older, and something makes a sound out in the dark. Tara grabs onto my arm. What was that? Nothing, I tell her. But for some reason I'm feeling vulnerable now, like maybe something evil could really be creeping up on us. A horde of slobbering zombie panhandlers, or maybe even something worse, something I don't have a name for. Maybe we out to go back, she says. Yes, it's probably about time. Finished.